You think about this. Sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Obviously, I am playing arpeggios. And arpeggios are some of the most glorious sounds you can make on the piano. I've talked about arpeggios before here on At Home with Music, but it's been a while, so I thought it would be good to come back to this subject and show you some wonderful things you can do to make beautiful music with arpeggios. As you may remember, arpeggios occur when you take chords. Now I'm starting here with C major, and you break them up. Piano almost ends up sounding like a harp. You can play arpeggios all the way up and down the keyboard. They can crest and curl like an ocean wave. In fact, there are many famous piano pieces that contain all kinds of arpeggios. Maybe you remember this. I'll just play a little bit of it. Well, I'll try to play a little bit of it. I should have practiced it ahead of time. Well, anyway, that's Clair de Lune. Those of you who know how to really play this piece, don't complain in the comments section. Anyway, the left-hand part is basically a series of arpeggios, beautiful arpeggios in the key of D flat. Now, what arpeggios can do is give you a way of displaying or playing and prolonging a harmonic color on the piano. So, as those of you who've played the piano, you know that the piano is really an instrument of rapid tonal decay. It's a percussion instrument after all. Now, if you get a chance to play a real piano, and I'm kind of envious of those of you who do because I'm stuck here with a keyboard, but you have the hammers hitting the strings, and when you play a block chord, it immediately begins to decay. It's not like the organ, where if you play a chord and hold the keys, it goes on forever. On the piano, it starts to decay the moment you hit it. But an arpeggio can help you prolong that harmonic color. And then when you use both hands to play arpeggios, you can certainly cover more keys and get a much wider sound. So to demonstrate the potential of using arpeggios, first I'm going to show you a chord sequence in the key of C, and it inserts many colorful chords between its start and its finish. Now I'm just going to play it through once here, but in the bonus video that will accompany this one for patrons and members of the channel, we'll play it a few times and play it very slowly. But what we're going to do is play this series of block chords. And I want you to notice the slight pull of sharps and flats that are foreign to the key of C. So here's the sequence. I'll play it through very slowly. Now you can play this one hand at a time if you like, but eventually I want you to be able to play through this sequence of chords just the way I did, with two hands. And now we're going to play through them again, but in an arpeggiated form, or we're going to use arpeggios. Now if you can read both treble and bass clef, if you've had some classical training and you can read the grand staff, you can follow along with the music as I show it on screen. This music will be made available once again to patrons and members of the channel. If you don't necessarily want to read the music, then just carefully watch my hands. Now, since I can't really play and talk at the same time, as you know, I'm going to add a voiceover to this, as I play these arpeggios. So here we go. Same chord progression, but now played as arpeggios. Imagine yourself drifting down a lazy river. Give yourself to the flow. Feel weightless. Enjoy the ride. Aim towards a smooth passage from left hand to right hand. Try not to play this as a dry, technical exercise, but see if you can make it more musical. Think about somebody whom you've heard play and you say, this person plays with feeling, or they play from the heart. Try to play this with as much feeling as you can. You may also want to run back and play this again. By the way, have you noticed that this sounds like a piano prelude now? Started out as a series of chords, but now it sounds like real music, doesn't it? In fact, doesn't it remind you a little bit of... Of course, we're not saying that we're on the same level as Bach. Got to make sure I pronounce his name right. I want to show you a couple of left-hand patterns using arpeggios that you can play with one hand. So here's one in the left hand that you can use, and it goes like this. We're still in 6/8 time. Now notice you can use two different ways, two different fingerings. 1, 3, 2, 1, or excuse me, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, or 1. I keep wanting to say 1 when I should be saying 5. This is 5. 5, 4, 2, 1. Anyway, you can use something like this as an accompaniment to a melody. Or if you're playing in a different time signature, just your basic arpeggio. We've taken this chord, it's basically the C major triad, adding the extra C on top. We've broken it up. You can even get a little more fancy. Or like this. Second finger crosses over. These are just a couple of patterns that you can do to make your left hand a beautiful arpeggio-based accompaniment. That will be what we're going to talk about in another video. Using these accompaniment patterns, these arpeggios, to accompany a melody. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful and informative, and now you've got a fun little piano piece to learn. Our little piano prelude. For those of you who would like to support the channel financially, I don't do sponsorships, I don't have ad reads or anything like that, then you can become a patron and you'll have access to the bonus video that will accompany this one, where we'll go through this exercise much more slowly. We call it turtle speed, if you like, so that you can play along and get this under your fingers and then be able to play our little piano prelude. I'll also be establishing a YouTube membership. That's not up yet, but when it is, I'll be sure to make an announcement about that on YouTube, and you can get the exact same stuff that you would get if you were a patron, but maybe you don't want to leave the YouTube platform, and that's fine. I'm a one-man crew. I do everything myself here. I do all the editing, all the writing, and obviously all the teaching. So any financial support that you would like to give would be greatly appreciated, and that will help me keep going and continue to produce these videos for your benefit. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.